not, here I come. You can't hide.
Hello. For this video, I thought I would explain to you what exactly the happiness program is and what things you can expect from it in the future. But first, I got to give you a little bit of a backstory. About 27 years ago, I was in a marriage that lasted about as long as the Lord of the Rings movie. But one of the positive things that came out of that was my daughter, Rowan. She's easily been the best thing that's ever happened in my life. For the most part, though, it's just been the two of us. Because of that, I didn't really date very much, or at least I didn't take dating very seriously. I kind of figured Rowan's own mom wasn't going to step up and be a mom. How could I ask somebody else to step into that role? A few years ago, though, I met somebody and I thought I fell in love. She kind of understood the hang-ups that I had over Rowan's mom leaving, and she claimed to understand how that affected Rowan. She promised she would be there for Rowan, try to be a mother figure for her, and I believed her. Naturally, Rowan had some issues she had to overcome with her mom leaving, and opening herself up to a new potential mother figure wasn't easy for her at all. We decided to get married, and we tried to make a family. Rowan at the time had a boyfriend who was also living with us. And about a year into the marriage, I found out that my wife was having an affair with Rowan's boyfriend. She claimed that it had started the moment that I found out about the affair, but I kind of have a feeling it was going from the get-go. That's one of the weird things about breaking someone's trust. Suddenly you go back and you have to question everything that ever happened between the two of you. We stayed together for a while because I was kind of hoping we could maybe all heal from this Jerry Springer show our life had become. But the damage had just been done. Besides, the whole time we were trying to work things out, she continued to sleep with the other guy. So there just really wasn't anywhere to go. The damage had been done. The marriage ended. The divorce gutted me. It took me to a very low place. I mean, sure, I've had women cheat on me in the past. What guy hasn't? We've all been there, but to cheat with your stepdaughter's boyfriend, that was just something I couldn't wrap my head around. That was like a new low. I found myself in a really dark place. I thought about suicide. I thought about murder. I thought a lot about murder. I wanted to hurt as many people as possible so that they could understand the pain that I was going through. In a very short time frame, I had gone from this happy Buddhist monk who participated in free hugs events and wore funky colored Chuck Taylor shoes to a potential spree or serial killer. I knew something had to change. Now, in the comic books or in movies, there's usually some big event that pushes the protagonist out of his comfort zone and forces him to change. You know, there's a science experiment that goes wrong, or they're given a magic power ring, or somebody dies and now they have to avenge that person. I wish I could say there was an event like that happened for me, but there wasn't. The truth is, the pain that I was dealing with just became unbearable to live with, and I had to change. It's sad. I was spending a lot of time holding a loaded Glock, and I knew that eventually I was going to use it in one way or another if I didn't do something to change. I made a plan. It wasn't anything elaborate, it was a simple plan. But I took steps every day to make sure that I was working that plan and making it happen. That plan ended up being the happiness program. Along with therapy, I transformed my gym routine into a type of crucible where I could forge myself every day. I started training jiu-jitsu as an additional form of therapy. Slowly, things began to change for me, and soon I was in a better place. I incorporated the meditation and mindfulness skills I learned as a monk, along with the discipline and work ethic I learned as a Marine. So what exactly is the Happiness Program? The Happiness Program is a straightforward, easy to follow plan that will push you out of your comfort zone and enable you to make some positive changes in your life. You don't need to be a Buddhist to do it. You don't need to be a Marine or an athlete or a jiu-jitsu person. Anybody can do this, and I do mean anybody. Trust me, there is absolutely nothing special about me. If I can find a way to lift myself out of happiness, you can too. If I can do it, anybody can do it. If you're struggling and you don't know what to do, why don't you give what I did a shot? So how is the Happiness Program different? The Happiness Program is a complete and comprehensive approach to life. It addresses all aspects of your life and not just the negative things that you feel like you need to work on. The series will have at least 3 books. The first one, the Happiness Program, will just outline the basic program and show you what you need to do. The second one, the Happiness Relationship, will talk about our personal relationships, because let's face it, if our relationships that we have are awful, we are not going to be happy. The third, the Anger Sword, will deal with anger management skills. All these books will be released in 2021. The program takes a balance wheel approach and allows you to focus on the aspects of life you want to work on and improve. Do you need work on healing, finding love, finances, physical fitness, overcoming obstacles, anger management, whatever it is, the program has something there for you. Plus, there's going to be a plethora of new things in there that will take you out of your comfort zone and help you live the best life possible. Another thing that makes the Happiness Program different is that it is not a self-centered program. Being of service to others and understanding the pain that those around us are going through and connecting to that pain is very much a part of the program. If you want to lift your own spirits, there's no better way to do it than lifting somebody else's. Encouragement and kindness tend to seep into each other. If you can help those around you feel better about the things that they're pursuing, then you're naturally going to feel better about the things you're pursuing yourself. If you see a friend crush their goals, you're going to believe that you can crush yours as well. I wrote this book for those that are hurting. Maybe you're finding yourself in a place where happiness seems about as rare as plutonium. Maybe you're thinking about giving up. Sometimes when we're in that place, everything seems so heavy that we just don't know what to do. Things keep piling on until you can't take the weight. It's like we're in quicksand. One little thing goes wrong, we sink a little bit further. Another thing goes wrong, we sink. The more we thrash around, the further we sink until eventually we're just over our head and we're drowning. Maybe sometimes you think about ending things. I did. I thought about it a lot. If you're in that place right now, go do something for someone else. Right now, go do it. Go tell someone that you love them. Give them a hug. Encourage somebody. Pet a dog. Shovel your neighbor's sidewalk. Buy someone a meal. Tell someone you're thinking of them. If you can't be kind to yourself, then be kind to somebody else and let that kindness seep its way back into you. When I was at my lowest, my friends Tracy and Carrie, who we run a homeless outreach together, invited me to go make some grilled cheese sandwiches and hand out to the homeless. We got together with a small group and we made about 500 grilled cheese sandwiches. We took some gloves because it was cold out. We got some hot chocolate and we did a little outreach. The kitchen part of the outreach was just agony for me because all these people were friends with my ex, and she had been spreading some horrible and untrue things about my daughter that were just flying around the rumor mill, and it was hard to be with that. But once we got out on the street and I started handing out some hot chocolate to some very cold people, I realized that things didn't have to be this way for me and that I had the power to change if I wanted to. I wasn't helpless, I had a choice. There were little things that I could do that I just simply wasn't doing. I was a person drowning in a wading pool, and all I had to do was stand up. I gave a little kindness to others, and it made me feel better. Kindness will help you find happiness faster than anything else. It's easy to hate. Just look at the world right now. Hate is everywhere. People cheat, people lie, people steal, people betray, people are unfaithful, and people are mean. But not all people. And even those who are don't have to be defined by those actions. We all make mistakes. We all have things we wish we could take back or do over. While I still have a lot of anger and resentment towards my ex that will probably be there for the rest of my life, deep down I hope she realizes the pain that she causes and works on becoming a better person and maybe can find some happiness out of this. Within each of us is the capacity for good and the ability to do the right thing, even in her. If my friend Tracy and Carrie hadn't asked me to go out and do this outreach with them, I very well might not be here right now. I may have literally thrown away my life for somebody who didn't give two shits about mine. Be kind, it will make you feel better. So that's a brief explanation of what the happiness program and what these videos are going to be about. I know this one kind of had a little bit of a doom and gloom feeling for it, and that's not going to be the flavor of these in the future. I just had to give a little bit of backstory so you know where I'm coming from. This is going to be about happiness and how to find it in your life. So these videos are naturally going to have a happy tone to them. Because let's face it, if we're not happy, what's the point of anything? In the coming videos, I'm going to be reading a few chapters from the new book to give you a little taste of what's coming. I'll be interviewing some people who have had positive influences on my life and who have helped me find happiness. I'll be sharing some of the lessons I learned as a monk and as a Marine, and hopefully I'll be bringing a little bit of happiness into your life. Thanks so much for joining me. Thanks for watching. Please rate, review, subscribe, all that stuff. And we'll see you next time. Be happy, just because. Thanks so much.